So it's time to do some composite GIMP art. And how do you start with this project? Well, the first place to go, of course, is the instructions. There are a couple of videos here that'll help you out. The first one is just to understand layers in general when it comes to graphics. If we haven't watched that in class or you missed it, make sure that you watch that. Next are the specific instructions for solving the problem that's described above. And then we see this shark.zip file. What's that all about? Well, those are the files you'll need to do the actual editing. So I'm going to click on that. And when you click on it, it should just download, hopefully. It doesn't download actually. It shows you what's in that zip archive. So a zip basically means we've taken a file or more than one file and we've compressed them into a single zip archive. You can see there's two pictures here. What we're going to do is click the download button, and that will let us download that zip archive, which remember contains both of those files. So if I click the little arrow here, hopefully you can see that. I'm going to go show in folder, and we see shark.zip. Now remember, shark.zip contains these two files, both of which we're going to need for this project. If I double click that, it looks like I'm actually seeing the files, but they're still part of that shark.zip archive. So we need to unzip it. I'm going to click on downloads again, go back here, and I'm going to copy this, right click, copy, or you know the shortcut, Control C. Then I'm going to navigate to my H drive, my home folder, and you can see it's the folder that all of you should be familiar with. It's your name. Hopefully there's an H drive at the end, but it's the one with your name on it. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to go to ADST8. You should have an ADST8 folder. If you want to create another folder inside there and call it the GIMP, feel free. If you've got a bunch of stuff in here, it probably makes sense to do that. This is the GIMP project, so I'll just do that myself. Double click it. And now we need to paste. We can right click and go paste, or we go Control V. Now remember, if we double click this, we're not going to get what we want because we can see the files, but they're still part of shark.zip. If we right click them, we can't open them. So what we'll do instead is we'll go back to GIMP where we can see that zip archive. We'll right click and we'll go extract all. We could also go 7-zip, extract here. That'll work as well too, but let's just use extract all. We'll get a little menu that pops up and I'll click extract and it says show extracted files. Sure, let's do that. And there they are. Actually, if I close this window, they should be inside of Shark, and there they are. So with those two files, I'm actually going to go back up and we can delete this shark.zip now. I don't need to keep that. We've unzipped it. It's created a folder called Shark, and there are the two files. If I select them, and by the way, I'm just dragging to select them both. I could, if I click, left click, I can select only one at a time, unless I hold down the Shift button. If I hold down Shift, it lets me select more than one. Actually, what's really handy is to use the Control button to select, because with Control button, not only can I select multiple, but I can unselect one if I wanted to. I don't in this case. I want to keep them both selected. And what I do now is right click and go Edit with GIMP. And then we wait. And we might actually get a sub-menu that pops up. Let's just see what happens. Oh, there it is. Okay, and it says, do you want to rotate? Yeah, sure, of course. Yeah, go ahead and rotate. You can see that the scale on this is not great. It's we've got to zoom out on the shark, but the one of me is fine. And I'm going to use Control Scroll. I could also click down here, but I'll Control Scroll. I'm holding the Control button with my left hand, scrolling right, and you can zoom in or out. Okay, in fact, you can zoom right in and see individual pixels, which is really quite amazing when you stop and think about it. And hopefully that gets you started. Refer to the next video now, please. That should get you going on the rest of this project. Over and out.